Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone who once called you kind, loyal, and easygoing suddenly started calling you difficult or changed? All because you decided to draw a line? You said, "No, I can't do this anymore." And suddenly, you became the bad person in a story you never wrote. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many of us grow up believing that love means always saying yes, always bending, always understanding, even when it hurts. We're taught to keep the peace, to be the bigger person, to let things go, to stay quiet. But over time, something happens. You get tired. Your soul gets weary. Your heart becomes heavy from always giving while rarely receiving. And one day, you wake up and realize, this is not love. This is control. Let's talk about it. Manipulators are not always loud, aggressive, or obviously toxic. Sometimes they smile. Sometimes they hug. Sometimes they speak sweet words. But behind that charm is a pattern, a consistent way of taking more than they give, of twisting your kindness into weakness and your silence into permission. And do you know what they hate the most? Boundaries. The moment you start drawing a line, when you start saying, "I won't do this anymore," or "that's not okay," they become uncomfortable. Why? Because boundaries interrupt their control. Boundaries say, "I matter too." And to someone who benefits from your silence, your new strength feels like rebellion. Suddenly, they start calling you difficult. They say, "You've changed," like that is a bad thing. But let's pause right here. You have changed. And that's a good thing. You didn't wake up one day and decide to be hard or distant. You changed because you reached a point where your soul couldn't take it anymore. You got tired. Tired of being the one who always bends so your partner won't break. Tired of always being understanding while they disrespect you with a smile. Tired of smiling through the pain and nodding when you wanted to scream. Tired of being the peacekeeper in a war that only you were fighting. You were always expected to say yes, even when everything inside you wanted to scream no. They loved it when you were silent, compliant, and always available. They called it love, but it was never love. It was control dressed in kindness. And now that you've found your voice, now that you're saying, "This doesn't work for me anymore," they don't like it. Because they liked you better when you had no limits. Let me say this with all the love in my heart. You are not dramatic. You are not difficult. You are just done. Done shrinking yourself to fit into relationships that only grow when you disappear. Done being available to someone except yourself. Done saying sorry for having standards. Done confusing loyalty with self